Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So we are going to do count if. Now if you can remember from the if function, the previous activity, it basically just tests a certain criteria. So it has a logical test. So it's going to be used to count the number of cells with data in them that meet a certain condition. So in our previous activity, if we need to count how many people passed, if we do it manually, we can just click all the ones that passed. Okay, so I've selected all of them. You can manually count them, or if you look at the bottom right, you can see it counts 5. Now instead of having to do this, if you have, well, you can have a lot of data in Excel. You'll see that if I go there, you can have 383 and you can go much higher. So you wouldn't want to do that in real life, having to count all of those cells. So that's why these formulas are really nice. So we're going to use checking nested formula. So it's the last one that you did. We just had to change all of these values over here. Mine is going to look different than yours because you had to change this. So just make sure that it works on yours. In cell A18, so A18, enter the text number of students. So we say number of students, okay, and then they say you have been asked to create a formula to display the number of students. Enter the following formula into cell C18. So we're going to say count A, and then they put in these hashtags in there. So these are absolute values. Notice the absolute cell reference in this formula. This is done so that if the formula is copied, it will always refer to cells C2 to C15. Okay, so we're going to put this formula in cell C18. So we say A, we say count A, so counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So we know that these are not empty. If you just say count, it's just going to it's only going to count the ones that have numbers in them. Okay, so we're going to count, and we're going to say count A. So the first value is going to be C2 to C15, so C2 to C15. Then we just put in the $sign in front of them. So we're locking the column and we're locking the row. Okay, and it counts 14. Let's check it, if that makes sense. Select all of them. You can see it also counts 14. So it is true. Then in cell A19, so cell A19, you're going to type in the text number of students who passed. So number of students who passed. Okay. I believe we can widen this column. And we are going to put in the formula count if. So we're going to say count if. So this counts the number of cells within a range that meet the given condition. Basically, if our condition is to count all the passes, it's going to count all the passes in the given range, which is all of these cells over here, and it's just going to be the condition: if they pass, count them, basically. So our range is going to be these ones. Our criteria is going to be, they said all who passed. So our criteria is going to be pass. Okay, so it counts 5, and we just put in our absolute references over here so that if it's copied, it doesn't change. Enter the text for the labels as shown here. So we already have these two. So now we're going to say number of students who failed and the number of students to resit. So number of students who failed and number of students who, well, just to reset. Okay, so we're gonna put in count if we put in our range over here. I think I missed. I have everything in there, and our criteria is going to be. You'll see that this will still work if we don't even put in our absolute values in there, so it will still work, but it's just better to maybe put that in there. And we're looking for fail, just fail. I have typed in an error, oh, fail. And if you get those errors, it means you just mistyped something, so just go and see what it is that you have mistyped. So count if range, put the range in there, and our criteria this time is reset, and it should still work. So if you want to manually count it, mine is this much. If yours is different, it's fine. You can manually go check it. I have 5, they have 5. Those who failed, I think it's only those, okay, and it's 4, and I count 4. Okay, so you see it works. Add the formula in cells C20 and C21. Oh, we already did that, okay. Remember that it is best to use absolute cell references in these formula. Check that your spreadsheet looks like this. Okay, so we have 14, they have 7, 5, and 2. So if you want to make sure yours looks exactly like them, then you can just go change the marks so that it's exactly the same as theirs. 54, 89. So it's maybe just a good idea to just check it to make sure that all of your formula makes sense. 25, 32, 45. I don't think I changed these bottom ones, so mine should be the same as them. 14, 7, 5, 2. Okay, we got that. And make sure to save your spreadsheet using the file name spreadsheet using Countif. So we say file, save as, let's see what we should call it, spreadsheet using, spreadsheet using Countif. Okay, so you can also save it there, and now we have saved this. Okay, if you have to upload this on the assignment, usually I want you to show me the screenshot of your final product, which is over here. So I took a screenshot and you paste it, and the other one that I want to see is I want to see your formula. So you can say show formulas. You can see that, I hope if I put my mouse there, yeah, you can press Control and the acute sign. That is usually my go-to, so without clicking on everything, you just press that, but it's fine if you also click here, and just make sure that everything shows all the time, and you just say print screen. In an exam, this is what they are going to see, so that's what they want to see, and this is what they would like to mark. So just make sure you know how to do that. If you do not, I hope you know now. And here we have a final one. You can decide how wide you want to make it. I just want to see everything fit on here, and you just print it as a PDF and you rename it as the name that I gave you on the assignment. So I hope that helps.